grass.
Welcome back, everybody, to Champions of the Fog. I hope you have your coffee because we got another stacked day of games. I'm your host, littlerugaard, and joining me today is none other than Giltspire. Oh, you're over here this time. How you doing, Giltspire?
Doing pretty well. Cannot complain. Today was rank reset, so got me blood points, and I'm liking the numbers I'm seeing.
Are you going to show the class? I'm seeing 2,400,000 over here.
It's kind of hard to see at the scorecard, but yeah, right now we're looking at 2,400,000 blood points, 22,000 eerie shards, and some cells to round it on off.
Someone is ready for the new chapter, I would say.
Just a little bit. I'm hopeful that maybe Behavior pulled a fast one on us and they'll do the snapshot like the day of.
It's almost always like 2 or 3 weeks before. It's some weird point.
But it's like so random. Like I thought it was, and then the last one was like 3 weeks out. I'm like, why? Why do I not have blood points? I've been saving, and then I don't have any.
That's a mood. I'm hopeful that it's not the day before, but we'll see. And anyway, so moving on, we've got a game coming up fast at you. We're going to the Rancid Abattoir, and we've got Odium versus the Hook-ers, with Odium killing first, and it's a Spirit Mirror for this first set. I gotta agree. I like Spirit on Rancid Abattoir. I think that's an absolutely safe pick. Nurse, it's Corn Vision. Blight, you can't really see going through the corn anyway. I wouldn't want to do it. Spirit, man, it turns out you can see the stalks of corn move when a survivor's there. Who would have thought tracking would be so easy?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, the way you're able to utilize your environmental effects to your advantage as a spirit really is key. It's going to just come down to whether or not they're going to be able to make the most of it. And as we always see and say in these mirrors, it's going to come down to how do survivors play around those, and like when you don't ban S tiers, it either says you're really confident that your killer can put up the numbers, or you're really confident that your survivor team can rebuff those killers.
Right, but I mean, they might have banned Nurse and Blight for all I know. They might have banned 2 of them and just left this one open. I wouldn't ban Nurse on this map because I don't know anybody that wanted to take Nurse on this map.
Well, Nurse was still banned by
okay, you're right.
bugs.
Fine, but you know what I mean.
Yes, I agree. But we are out here in the corn, mad looking around for their first chase, but not seeing anything. And I'm seeing a really surprising perk I have not seen in a long time.
Oh, you're right.
What?
That is interesting.
I guess we don't
we'll see if it comes into play.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to wait and keep an ear out.
Oh my word. I was wondering if you were going to make a pun, and you did. You went for it. Okay. Also, the Corrupt is super nasty because there's like this massive portion of the map that the Spirit does not have to care about unless they're looking for a survivor, which it's almost a minute in and they have not found someone. So
I was about to say they are literally searching lockers at this point. These survivors waiting on out, but apparently one was hiding behind said locker as we do find the Cheryl, and they will get the mind game at the pallet.
Good stuff from the Spirit so far I'm seeing. I'm wondering if that perk actually helped them find Cheryl.
It is possible. I mean, your breathing is a little bit louder. So that definitely is now set the wrong possibility.
Oh, that's a Lucky Break survivor. That survivor is Lucky Break.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't even realize that.
Also had Iron Will, because you do normally see that combined.
Yeah. Wow, they actually found the Lucky Break survivor with Iron Will and managed. That's a Scourge Hook?
That is indeed a Scourge Hook, so we will be seeing 15% off of generators on every hook on a Scourge Hook. I imagine they'll be trying to greed a lot of those. But Spirit going into phase, not able to catch up to Nia, but will interrupt the unhook ever so slightly and get a hit on the Kate.
A little bit of a hook trade coming in here. I gotta say, I'm glad I'm seeing more killers run Scourge Hook. I really feel like this perk is just so good. And then you get information. I mean, yeah, survivors will start playing around it, but you still know what's going on. And thank you, Spirit, for bringing Scourge Hook. I love it.
Yeah,
and
speaking of
leaving a slug. Interesting.
Yeah, I'm a bit surprised about this. I mean, they had their Scourge Hook right there. There really is no reason. I guess they were a bit worried about this ace here at the flashlight save, and will end up pursuing the chase. Oh, actually, just faking it out instead, going for the pickup.
I guess they wanted to make sure that the ace really was not in the area whatsoever. I think they also might have been trying to see if they could make the Cheryl, sweat it out a little bit. Maybe waste more time with their Lucky Break so that the next, at this point, Cheryl has not healed and reset. They don't have Lucky Break anymore, so that perk is gone. And, that is a nasty hit through the window.
Yeah, I honestly, if you would have played that back 5 times and asked me, would that have hit, I would have said no.
I would have to agree. That was nasty. That was a little bit of Pocos, and to be fair, as nasty as that hit was, the Kate has been able to help reset this team a little bit with that deliverance, and so the team's not going down, but also the gens aren't going down, and everybody's injured. They found the Nia as well. Are they dry? Is this Pop Goes the Weasel?
This is Pop Goes Weasel, so we do have the Scourge Pop combo, that huge 32-second
Oh no, they're all injured
regression.
and they're in the basement. Oh no. Oh no, this might be, Wait, was that Calm Spirit? Did that?
No, the Cheryl definitely screamed a little bit.
Okay, I didn't hear the scream. I was like, that's an interesting. I understand Iron Will. I understand Lucky Break. Calm Spirit. You're getting too deep in the weeds here for the immersion, but okay.
Yeah,
oh my goodness, this Spirit's putting in work.
Yeah, and so is Scourge Hook. If we look at the gens that are regressed or have been regressed, it's 3 different generators, and for it to now be on the 3rd one for the most progressed, it means these gens are all but dead.
True. These gens have, and they're not resetting either. Survivors have not reset yet. They're all injured. They're all one-shot. Also, this Spirit has 2 Scourge Hooks right next to each other, next to 2 generators.
I was going to say that until we saw that Poco sit through the window on the ace. I was like, oh, okay, I guess maybe that will be said later. But yeah, no, those 2 Scourge Hooks together, I mean, if she keeps the chases in this area, it guarantees her 15% off of those generators for every single down.
Yeah, this is I am expecting that these survivors need to be resetting ASAP. The fact that they have not is mind-blowing to me. They have a survivor that's about to die on Hook.
And there's one here. Ooh, hold up. There's one here. That's kinship because we saw the scratch marks. They activate kinship, giving that additional bit of time.
That is a way to start crawling back in, but again, they have not reset. Like, okay, they did a jet. They need to reset. Are they just going? Are they accepting that the spirit's going to 4K them already? They haven't reset. They haven't gone in. They're just doing gens at this point. Okay, we see Nia reset.
Yeah, we see the Nia, but unfortunately, I think it's a little bit too late as Cheese here will be dying on the Hook in just a matter of seconds.
Yep, and there you have it. I'm not going to say the Spirit did not have just some absolutely cracked pressure, but the fact that these survivors didn't reset earlier, I feel like was a massive mistake.
I would tend to agree. I definitely see their want to pressure gens, but to give up that survivor so early is definitely going to punish them. This ace going to try and fake out the vault, but ain't going to happen. Spirit going to be patient and get the grab.
They are going to get the grab, and this is second hook for them? No Scourge Hook, or unless no other gens are being done. I would imagine there's a gen somewhere, so no Scourge Hook there. Yeah, and they played that as a 110 killer, too, so... Oh, they do it? Nah, this is going to get popped, though. This gen was almost done. So the survivors are cranking out some gens here, which, good for them. They're making some kind of a comeback attempt here, but... it might be too little too late. They might be able to get one more gen done. Maybe.
Yeah, I would say one more gen is more likely than not. We see the Nia there trying to finish up that gen, at least stop it from regressing, but will end up taking a hit. And I don't know if they're going to be going for the Sunhook. I think that they, like you said, have yielded to the fact that they'll be 4K'd by the Spirit and might just be trying to stop the bleeding in some way, shape, or form.
Give their killers something to try and work with. Yeah,
exactly.
Nah, that's fair. That's admirable. I still think they had at least a good 30 seconds to try and, especially if you reset two survivors, have one of them run in for the kinship. If they had reset, they could have tried to pull this back, I think.
I would tend to agree, yes.
Yeah, I don't think they should have yielded so quickly. I respect the fact that they've now resorted to this and they're gonna go for, trying to get as many gens as possible. Yeah, they keep cat and mousing this one gen, but oh, that is nasty.
That's the second time we have seen that, and that is just rough.
And you know what? I can guarantee you. Can we go ahead and say the perk though? Because I can guarantee you that's why that Spirit heard that survivor over there.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think people already know based on the pun alone, and it's not as if the survivors can do much about it.
Well,
but
survivors should be able to hear it. Survivors can hear their own breathing louder.
I guess that is true. That is true. But yeah, Strider's put in a lot of work this match, surprisingly, given that it was heavily nerfed.
True. Also, Kate was the one with Deliverance, right? So they could have the Unbreakable here as well. Well, they would have used it by now.
There is that possibility.
Yeah, they would have used it by now, I think. So this is the 4K at 3 gens up. They weren't able to finish that last gen. That is, I mean, I will say it's also a monument to this killer's pressure, just constantly slapping survivors around, even if they waited out a minute. But I think there was just a very miscommunication, something. Those survivors, they were injured for way too long. I don't know if they weren't able to reset. Were they on all different corners of the map? I'm not really sure what happened there, but Spirit doesn't mind. They're happy to have a 4K with this many gens left. This is a really good way for Odium to start the day.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And keep in mind, Hook-ers definitely is a bit of a newer team, and because of that, they may not have those, backup plans of, okay, here's our reset point. Here's where we're going to triple heal and make sure we reset and, not panic in the face of an impending 4K. So with those things in mind, it definitely shows Odium as a very experienced team, where Hook-ers might still lack that experience for the time being.
True. I mean, there was literally, remember the match from last week, Odium and Golden Wolves, and Odium, again, pulling out what had to be one of the best plays I've seen this season with the 4. I will never forget that play of the For the People against the Executioner. Moments in time. But Yeah, I mean, to be fair, yeah, they were trying to get that last middle gen done. I'm wondering if maybe it wasn't the middle gen they should have gone for because it's just so easy for the Spirit to patrol maybe another out one, but maybe they didn't know where it was. Uh, rough start. Rough start. We'll see how their Spirit pulls it back.
Indeed, indeed. But with that being said, we're going to be starting off with 4 points for the Hookers and 20 points for Odium. We're going to be flipping sides, though, this time with the Hookers as the Spirit. And after this, we're going to be seeing a bit of a break in that mirror match for set number 2, as we'll see Oni and the Blight.
And who is playing Blight? Is it...
Blight
Hookers
is
playing
Odium.
Blight. Oh, Odium's playing Blight? Okay.
Yeah, Odium's Blight.
I like the Blight pick.
And then Hookers is the Oni.
Definitely a bit more of a safer pick, especially if you don't have, like, the cracked pocket Blight, because if you were just like, oh, I play Blight here and there, like, I'm not, a cracked pocket, I don't know if I would feel comfortable on a Azrael's Resting Place, so I feel that. I'm guessing Odium probably has a pocket in that case, and Oni should be fine. Again, take Brutal or... Well, okay, I don't know if I want Play with your food on that. I think Brutal will probably be fine because you got all those inner pals you just have to work through eventually, but...
I would definitely say Brutal's not a bad play.
I do like Oni though. I'm honestly Oni can probably hold down that side of the map just easy enough. Survivors can't really afford to do too much of that cat and mouse treatment where they like we sneak back in, oh we take a hit, oh we go into the other side of the map because you give Oni his power that way, and I don't know if you're gonna outrun the Oni.
Yeah,
so,
no. That is a very fair point, to say the least.
A lot of inevitability on the Oni side in that situation. So
I've also seen
we're talking about next set already. So I say
yeah,
that
exactly.
There was literally an 18-point lead yesterday going into set number 2 and one game, and they're already back almost tied. So a 20-point lead is a staunch lead to start out the game, but it's more than capable of being brought back if. Again, Hooker Spirit here is going to have to be some cracked material.
Oh yeah, 100%. It is going to have to be at the very least a 4K at 2 gens completed for them to tie the set, and then a 4K at only 1 gen completed in order for them to win the set.
I'm not going to say that I speak for the Hookers here. I would say that if I was the Spirit going into this, it'd be like, sorry team, I'll get a 4K, but I can't guarantee how many gens they're gonna do. I would personally just try and do the 4K just to get you that snacky 24 points going. And then it's like, okay, we'll try and work it out next time. I'm not saying roll over and let the set die, but a 4K with any killer with 3 gens left is a tall order.
Oh yeah,
any killer main.
No doubt.
You know what's
up. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, all I have to do is sit on gens for 80 seconds apiece, and you're good to go. Though there is a lot of interesting gen regression that I think we're going to start seeing a lot more. I think as the season has gone almost ended now, we're like to the point where we had the last 2 weeks, more or less, of the regular season. We saw Deadlock very much in favor, and I think we're just steadily seeing it fizzle out as
I'm
people
more than
realize.
Okay with that.
Yeah, I think it's like perfectly fine. I think maybe instead of seeing what we're seeing right now where it's like Deadlock and then no gen regression, I could see Deadlock plus like a Scourge Hook paying residence to regress that 99% gen that they're keeping in that corner.
I don't like that just on account that survivors, if they see that, they're like, all right, we have 299 gens. As soon as we see them go for a Scourge Hook, pop it, Deadlock the other, you get nothing out of your power.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of...
I don't like Deadlock combo with Scourge.
There's a lot of interaction and back and forth with Deadlock, so I can understand that. I know yesterday in my match where I saw the 99 gen, I'm like, I don't have gen regression, but I'm going to go over here and at least tap it and like get it regressing, so that way maybe it starts whittling it down and is no longer the most progressed gen.
That's fair. And like, I think Deadlock could still be good on certain killers, like Executioner, where you're not going to get as many Scourge Hooks, and you're probably going to tunnel someone or camp someone out most of the time. Or Bubba, who is going to find their first hook and then camp them almost the entire time. So Deadlock is good passive for someone that's not getting as many hooks, but a lot of these killers are going to be trying to get some hooks going, especially on the S tiers. S tiers just win chases all the time, so I think that Scourge Hook definitely benefits them more than the camping killers.
Yeah.
And I don't imagine Behavior will ever make a killer perk that incentivizes camping. But, or at least gen regression that does that. Because Ruin, you have to go push survivors off gens. Scourge Hook, you gotta get hooks. Pop, you gotta get hooks. So, I'm okay with perks in that vein. Again, when Scourge Hook Pain Resonance came out, I still think it is the most well-intended design for a killer perk in the game of Dead by Daylight. It incentivizes winning chases and getting your hooks, and that will passively give you pressure on gens. It gives an essence of map pressure to killers that never had it before, just because, hey, like, that's why we're running a Trickster. Trickster has garbage 0-tier map pressure. But he can win chases. He can absolutely win chases. And that's all you need. I'm very happy with this perk. I want to see more in that same vein. I say this all the time. I'm like a broken record on that portion, but I really like Pain Resonance.
Yeah, no, I do love it. I mean, there's like, I can run a stock build on every one of my killers. Corrupt Intervention, Deadman Switch, Scourge Hook Pain Resonance, and Scourge Hook Gift of Pain. And like, I can run that on any killer and be like, this is a good build.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's, and again, like even before it was announced what artist perks were, I was like, Behavior, I would like either a Scourge Hook that's new, because I love this concept, or I want a gen regression perk that is incentivizing the killer to play the game in a more fun way by winning chases and getting hooks. And Behavior's like, honey, if only you knew. If only you knew you're gonna get it all in one perk.
Yeah, no, I mean,
happiest day in Dead by Daylight for me.
I'm very excited to see what comes of this next chapter, because I think we are in the Boon and Scourge Hook era. I don't know what else they're gonna do for like exhaustion perks, for example, or anything to that degree, but like I think they're still like focused in on, okay, we still have some ideas for Scourge Hook, we still have ideas for Boon totems, still hoping that they do nerf circle healing just ever so slightly more.
Just a teensy
but
bit.
yeah, like, I know they're not going to, I think at this point, based on the Q&A, they're not looking to, like, nerf Boon totems, period. So I just want them to, like, tweak it down and make it, like, right now it's 75%, make it equivalent to, like, self-care for the entire team. That's still really strong, but if used incorrectly, very detrimental.
Right, I would tend to agree, or maybe nerf overall healing speed. Like, maybe not even nerf Circle of Healing, just nerf the total amount of healing speed stacks.
Yeah.
Maybe you could do that, not even nerf Circle of Healing, because in that case, I think it'd be fine. You just don't have this cracked out med kit with, you know, streetwise botany knowledge, desperate measures, and you're just like, all right, time for my 4-second heal.
Yeah,
like,
it is,
honestly,
it's a bit busted.
I would be okay if they, like, even buffed Exponential at this point. Like, I don't think it sees enough play, and it's even niche, so I don't mind seeing just a, like, 25% speed.
See, here's my problem with that, is, like, if you are the unlucky twins that just goes, oh, I have a team with Exponential and Unbreakable on I'm playing against. Oh, I downed them with Victor, and they're in their Exponential. Well, by the time I walk over there, they're already up and gone. Like, well, yeah, that's kind of miserable. So, like, I can see where you're going from, but, like, against specific killers, it's outright miserable.
If they're bringing that many perks to an anti-slug build, just down them with your M1 and camp them to death.
There is that.
Like, all right, you brought this. This is the unicorn game for you guys. I'm just going to camp you out. Suck it.
I mean, when I was demonstrating to stream how busted the new boilover was, because I'm like, all right, guys, we're going to demonstrate how busted the new boilover was. Go to Ormond. I'm like, Ormond, we're going to sit in that bedroom, and we're just going to wait for the killer to kill us. And sure enough, Deathslinger's like, I guess I'm just going to camp you and, like, bleed you out. I'm like, cool, I have Unbreakable.
Yeah, that was, again, I still don't know how that patch went live. Thank you, Behavior, for reacting within a week and be like, yeah, that was a mistake. I do think they need to fix the hook on what is it? RPD though. They need to fix the hook on
RPD
that
and
one.
Thompson House.
Well, Thompson House has been needing it. Yeah, RPD needs that hook fixed. And then there's one
Well,
other
no. Do
place
you not
where
know
you
what's
can
wrong
block
with
survivors.
RPD and Thompson House?
What?
So both of them now have a static hook upstairs.
Right.
But they only have one staircase going up to said hook. So you hook a survivor up there, and you stand in the middle of the staircase and go, yes, you can't get past me. So, especially in RPD, there's 2 hooks up there, so you can theoretically have 2 survivors up there and just sit at the stairs and go, no one shall pass.
No, yeah, I get it. And again, it's all they need to do is just make another drop down point in both those locations, and the problem's done.
No,
But
it's not that.
Instead, it was a hook.
Yeah, well, so yeah, exactly. They need to make either a drop down point or like put the hooks at the lower level rather than at the higher level where you can just basically stop people from approaching the hook at all.
Right. It was just an overly zealous fix. I get it. I agree. If they just put a drop down point instead of putting 2 hooks up there, you could go get to the hook at the bottom floor, and you can't. Exactly. But no, there was another spot. Yeah, there's the tops. The main foyer area. The top of that where the statue is, but there's a hook up there.
Yeah.
There's a boon spot by that hook. You can no longer do plans.
Yeah.
Again, this is just a classic example of RPD shouldn't exist.
I unironically enjoy RPG.
I know. I have other people that are like, man, I love playing Trapper on there because you can trap all these spots. Like, just let it die.
But it's like unironically not a bad map except for its size. But with that being said, we are jumping right on in this time with the hookers as the Spiriton.
Ooh, nice corrupt area.
We're seeing some similar perks here. I'm curious to see if it provides the same benefit.
Yeah, I would tend to agree. They found someone very quickly. This could be exactly what the hookers need right here. This early chase, getting their power back, and let's see if they can capitalize on this Claudette here. Running into the main area. Yeah, they find him. They get the hit. However, she is going to get this vault location, so she will get some distance. The power is recharging pretty quickly. They also found the lucky break survivor.
Oh, no.
Oh my goodness. What are the odds?
Hold up. I hear them.
No, Iron
and they
Will.
do too.
They don't have Iron Will.
No, but the Spirit has Strider.
This is about the time that the previous Spirit found their first survivor, and this killer already has a hook. This is looking... If there was anything to bring this game back for this killer, it's this. And they already found another survivor too. This could be insane. Oh my word, what a start.
Yeah, so far, this is looking beautiful for the Spirit right now. Great use of Strider, great use of their ability, very quick chase, and...
Another survivor coming in here.
Yeah, look at that.
Oh my word. Are they going to get this unhook?
It's going to be a 1-for-1 trade if it is.
It's going to be a trade, yep.
They attempted for the Dead Hard. It did not work.
Did not work, and they're just going to go straight for this hook. I respect it. You probably expect this survivor to have the Deliverance, but you've got survivors injured all over the place that have not reset. I'm assuming the Fang... Yeah, Fang probably just finished a gen there.
Yeah, but so she was the solo gen.
Yeah, solo generator. But the other... Like, their corrupt is still up. Look at all this pressure. However, I do not think they should camp this. I think they need to go... I think they need to go find another survivor and try and keep the snowball going. They're resetting.
I was about to say, unfortunately, these survivors, much unlike we saw from the last team or last trial, these survivors found the reset point, got together, healed up. I'm also willing to bet that may have been like a solidarity play.
Yeah, I'm about to say that could have very well been a solidarity play for sure. I understand that you were worried this survivor has Deliverance, and you don't want them to get Deliverance value. You had 2 survivors injured that you knew exactly where they ran to. I would follow that pressure up, and I would capitalize on it. This was such an insane
100%.
start.
100%.
This is such an insane start. And like, to be fair, this is not a... In any other scenario, I would say this works absolutely fine.
And there's the Deliverance.
Yeah, like, this would work absolutely fine in this case, but this survivor definitely has DS right here.
No, looks like maybe they are the Unbreakable build.
All right, never mind. Okay, that works out well enough in that case.
But I think 2 gens are about to pop, though, is the thing. Like, you gave up 2 gens for that 1 hook.
You did, yes. And again, in any other situation, you're fine, but you're trying to... Like, with that kind of start, I would... Ooh, that was a... I guess the spirit returns the favor.
You know, that's the thing about mid vaults. They're not really reliable.
No, they are not. And maybe that's what they're talking about with the new validation, that like the validation seems to be in a weird spot. Ooh, nobody came for that save,
validation
though.
from a killer perspective feels very nice, and I don't know about you, but the spirit also sees what I see, and that's an Adam trying to sneak on by.
Yep, that was exactly what that was. So now 2 Soros need to come over here to try and prevent this.
I think this Adam's bait, though.
It might be. It very well could be. And again, like, if it wasn't for the fact that you had that insane start...
settle down here, bud.
What?
I was saying, Spirit, you need to settle down here doing 360s trying to see all the survivors.
Yeah, I agree. This is, no kinship, though. They're trying to get a start.
Oh, they might get this. They do!
They did the kill! Oh, my word! That is brutal. Holy cow. They do get a 3rd gen done. That's what I'm saying, like, if you have that insane of a start, you actually could have tried to tie this at the beginning.
Yeah,
I would have liked to see the attempt. I get it that you can still probably guarantee a really nice 4K here. You might even be able to prevent a lot of points and get it close to tied again, but I would love to have seen what you could... Oh, good mind read there. I did not see that.
Well, no, it wasn't even mind read. They did a fantastic job of following the grass. They saw it shake 2 times and knew that the Adam was doubling back instead of going for the vault.
Ah, very good. But Survivors, the one thing you're seeing Survivors do so well is they are resetting constantly. Yes. So making it a little bit more difficult for the Spirit. But I will say, I don't think the Spirits that had that difficult of a match so far. It seems like this has fallen right into their hands.
I would definitely tend to agree, and we will see the first Pop Goes the Weasel of the game.
I think,
and
isn't it the second?
Is it a second? I think before they may have dry kicked because their pop expired.
That might have been it. I remember after the Deliverance play, they hooked them, and then they went and found, I think, the Fangman and got the medium vault. I thought she popped the gen at that point. I guess not.
Oh, she may have. But either ways, they are now on the Claudette, the Lucky Break survivors, so they're going to have to make the full use of Strata, though. Lucky Break ran out.
Lucky Break did run out. And also worth noting, they not only unhooked the Adam, but healed them up rapidly. So that's I'm guessing Fang is the We'll Make It survivor. Or maybe Adam has leader. That was a really quick heal, and if they take body blocks, no, never mind. I was about to say they could almost wiggle off, but
they might.
I don't think it'd be worth it. Not against a Spirit.
I would agree that's not worth it, but if they were to double body block, do I think they would get off? Yes, and they find the Fang Min. A very greedy play there. No. This isn't... What?
Oh, no. This Spirit could be within, like, again, I really wish they would have gone and not camped them out and tried to, like, go for the jugular. This Spirit almost had a tit-for-tat showing as the other Spirit at this point. Oh my word, what some cracked plays. From the beginning, like, finding the survivors so early on.
Yeah,
and they just
like,
kept the pressure. But I wish they would have not camped out Ace so early. I think they could have really just stomped the game out from the beginning. This has been such like, what a mirror match. Like, you were shown what you had to do, and the killer's doing exactly that. I think they could have possibly done better, but again, from the beginning, if you're just going in with the mindset of, like, I'll just try and get as many points as possible to go for the 4K, they're doing that.
Oh, yeah, exactly. And, I mean, I think they get this 4K no matter what. Adam's going to try and get this unhook, but, like, all they need to do is be patient, and there we go. There's the grab. It don't matter no more.
You know, I appreciate what the Adam went for there. You always expect them to, like, you know, cat and mouse it. He's like, you know what? I'm just going to go for the first try and take a gamble. We'll see if it works. And it didn't, but I respect I respect the play. I respect it. So,
fantastic
GG's.
Showing here. Like, this was a huge turnaround and showed, like, Odium wasn't, like, lackadaisical. They were healing. No. They were resetting. They were going for good trades. Like, it came down to, like, Spirit playing well, and then, for lack of a better term, Odium kind of making a pivotal mistake there with that unhook by Zach.
That was I don't think the survivors played poorly. Like the unhook on the Ace was a bit unfortunate. They weren't able to like position properly together. They might have started too late, but the only thing I would have said differently is again, like, hindsight 2020. Well, okay, I was kind of saying in the moment. they could have prevented gens from being done possibly by continuing those chases, but it's still the correct play, I think, in the end. I would have just liked to see them go for it. Just because
That's fair.
think they could have pulled it off. I think they could have pulled off a tie for the set if they had gone after those survivors. The way that Spirit was playing, they had, like, they've obviously got a lot of practice with Spirit. I think they could have done it.
Yeah.
I would have loved to see it, but no head value. They were a 3-perk killer. Disgusting.
They were indeed. But
man.
That being said, after that very strong showing of the S tiers, now we're moving down to a A. I guess A/B tier of the Oni.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I would still say Oni would be probably bottom of the A tier. It's still, I still think it's probably one of the most balanced killers in the game. From an aesthetic point of view, I think it might be their best killer design aesthetically, just because, terrifying presence. Dear goodness, that killer is horrifying when it pops its power. It has tremendous counterplay, but an inevitability factor.
Yeah.
And it's terrifying. It has a really well-rounded power. And daggum, the Minotaur Oni skin is not only amazing, but terrifying as well. I like it, behavior. Well done. I like this killer a lot. I don't know much more to say. I really like this killer. All, like, from the top, like, every aspect of this killer's design is just flawless in my opinion. So I love to see him play. And especially, there are some really good Onis out there. And yes, I understand that, like, you know, pre-drop pallets, you're never going to let me get a hit, but it's Azeroth's resting place. You're going to have to throw, like, once you throw one side of the map, and we'll see if they play into that. That's another thing too, is that some survivors don't play into that strategy, or not survivors, killers don't play into that strategy, and they'll waste all the pallets on one side. It's like, all right, time to go camp the other side of the map where they still have resources. Like, no, but I would imagine in this scenario they know what the strategy is and they're gonna stick to it.
Yeah. I would tend to agree. I think it's just going to come down to, do they make the most of their resources? Yes or no? Mm-hmm. And if they do, then that will be a very handed victory by the survivors. If they don't, however, Oni's just going to snowball out of control.
Yep. Oni does Oni things. And again, that choke point, I think we've been mentioned a little bit before, but running into that choke point after taking hits against Oni is not the most optimal strategy. You probably need to get out of dodge beforehand, but that's not always easy on the map because there are some gens and dead zones, kind of like Suffocation Pit. A little bit of an RNG factor if there's a pallet back there for you to hide in. We'll just have to see if they use the resources, and this will be a very interesting game, I think. Also, Spirit did exactly what I mentioned. They brought it to within a 4-point game for set number 2. I mean, I say you couldn't really ask more of the Hooker Spirit, but last time I'm going to say it, I really wish I could have seen what they could have done after that hook on the ace. Just, I know that they're going to Deliverance. See if you can put pressure and don't let those 2 survivors heal. I don't know. It might have been the correct choice in the end. Yeah, well played. That was just such an insane start. The previous Spirit had a rough start, but they were able to carry it out. This Spirit had, like, you know, in Magic, you get that nut draw. They kind of had the nut draw from the very beginning. Yeah, you found the Lucky Break survivor, but Strider gave you the knowledge. You immediately found them. They didn't have Iron Will, and you just, like, slaughtered from there.
Yeah. I mean, people were saying that why bring Strider, but, like, in both matches, they got genuine amount of value.
Yeah, I mean, not only did you, like, I genuinely think the first Spirit was Strider. I think that's how they found Cheryl. I don't think they would have heard Cheryl's breathing otherwise. So good Spirit play. And the crazy thing is, we don't see too many Spirits this league. I've seen a surprising amount of non-Spirit games, and Spirit's been mostly unbanned to my knowledge.
Yeah.
Like the teams are like, oh, we banned Spirit. Like, usually we're on Wrecker's Yard. You ban Huntress. And then they're like, it's your choice. Like, do you ban Blight? Do you ban Twins? No one really cares about Spirit, and nobody takes it, I guess, so it works, but there's a reason you should ban Spirit, and that was it.
Oh, yeah. I would tend to agree. And I know I have definitely been in this position where, like, every time I see ARP or any map like that, I'm like, ban twins.
Oh yeah, please ban twins. It is. I don't want to like. No, I'll just say it. I don't want to sit here for 30 minutes watching twins just patty cake the survivors.
Pretty much.
I enjoy some twins matches, but not when it just goes into like the slog gulag and just like grinds to a screeching halt as which team tries to find out how they can do 5% of a generator every 10 minutes. Just I like fast games. Like if it's under 15 minutes, I'm happy. If it's 20 minutes, I'm sitting here like stop.
Yeah, I mean,
stop it.
It reminds me of the fact that I edited my grab only challenge with Odium RPD. Can you guess how long the original video was?
27 minutes.
Close, 25 minutes. It's a 25-minute game.
Gross. Don't do that again.
I don't want to. To anyone who wants to do the grab only challenge, be my guest. I think I might be the only one.
And here you have another challenge you're going to be doing. I wonder how long that one's going to take. Hopefully not the same amount of
freaking
time.
RNG pig to see how many tries it'll take to get the lottery on her.
This guy over here.
Like, literally, it is less than a 1% chance of it happening.
I want when you inevitably get this, I want a compilation of all the times you were screaming because that one survivor got their hat off. I want a compilation. I want a rage compilation.
I'll have to definitely get that together at some point.
Just have the clip button ready. As soon as you see that that hat go off, clip.
Okay, all right.
Want it.
I see you.
I want it. I want the pain compilation. All the things all the videos you don't see. 60 tries later or something.
Dude, well, you have no idea.
You only have so many add-ons, so good luck.
You reminded me of my Dark Souls days. Back when I first started streaming, I streamed Dark Souls 3. And for those who have played Dark Souls, you'll know the name Pontiff Sulyvahn. For some reason, boss I could not beat. I think I tried over 50 times on that boss, and I made a compilation of every time I died.
That's brutal.
Yeah, it was a thing.
I will say on Hollow Knight, I had the same thing with the Grim Troop or the Grim Nightmare boss. I definitely played that boss a lot to try and kill it. It was good boss design. I liked it, but it was rough. No, I feel that. I feel that on a spiritual level. Also, I just realized you were saying the other day oh, I need more rule set number 2. You got 2.4 million blood points. Go get you some rule set number 2.
I don't have that issue anymore. I mean, I'm P2. I'm P3 in all my survivors. I have only 12 more to P2.
I will probably never. There's some survivors that I will never prestige because they have older event items that I can't really transfer over very well.
Yeah.
So, and offerings, I've got 4-year offerings on some of those survivors too. So I probably won't P3 everybody. I'm slowly working down the chain. Get 4 or 5 maybe. I don't know. It's not my priority. I say that I'm not going to prestige any of my killers beyond Trickster anymore. I don't think there's a point. The event offerings, like the cakes and everything, are common rarity. If I prestige them to P3, there's 3% less likely chance that I get them. I want my cakes. Prestige ain't worth the cakes.
I can understand that. I still have a lot of cakes on my killers, so my killers are not getting prestiged anytime soon, unless they're brand new. For example, any of the brand new killers, I P3 immediately, determined that it is more of a better blood point investment in comparison to getting all the perks on them, and then later deciding to P3 them.
No, that is entirely fair, and there may be something to that. I think I P2'd Nemesis. I didn't do it with Artist, though, or Cenobite. I was like, I don't care.
Fair. That's fair.
I try, and also there's also a chance that in the future, if behavior does decide to listen to the community and get rid of perk tiers at some point or another, prestiging gets way easier.
Yeah, that is fair. That is fair. I mean, right now it is 1.5 million per prestige, and then oh my god,
it's 7.5 or 8 million to get all the perks right now.
Well, if you're talking about P3. All perks, all killer, you're looking at over 300 million blood points.
Yep.
Survivor, it's a breeze.
There you go. But
Lily, if you're looking for P3, all survivors, all perks on one survivor, it is literally maybe 50 million.
Yeah, it's not a lot. I wouldn't even say 50 million, but no,
I did the exact calculations on stream at one point, and I forget what it is now, but like it is so much less in comparison to Killer. Like the Survivor grind, non-existent. Killer grind, oh lord. And it only gets worse for every single new killer because you want to get all the perks on all the killers with unique powers. Whereas Survivor, that doesn't matter. It's a skin. And maybe a built-in iron will.
There's the real one. Or, you know, I mean, I still think that Strawberry Tap is very camouflaged. Like, the blood and the gore actually works really well with the dark outfit. And they're not super loud, in my opinion. So, Tap is a really good Survivor to do it with.
But nowadays,
obviously Quad, obviously Ace.
Yep. But nowadays, with the like, daytime maps, you really can't stealth as much anymore.
That's true. Yunjin has a sandish color outfit, and her complexion also like helps because it's a little bit lighter during the day. You can kind of do it with Yunjin in some cases, but you have to know that you're like, you know, going to Erie or, you know, Coldwind or something. So
fair enough, fair enough. But with that being said, we do see Zeoni and the Corrupt Intervention.
In the Corrupt.
It's a really loose 4-gen, though. Like, there's a lot of different distance between these two. If it was a twins, I would say absolutely. But an Oni, I'm a little bit worried.
But it's Azerov's. It's a choke point. Once you, like, you know, once you, how would you say, herd all the survivors at a certain area, you can watch that choke point like a hawk.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong, and we see Oni here getting rid of a lot of resources quite early. Ace even willing to feed them to him, and we are going to see Oni going around the long wall.
Oh, interesting. Ooh, there's that Bloodlust, though.
Yeah, Bloodlust and a bit of mind games, but picking up the chase once again on the Ace, not losing their Bloodlust. I think Ace will have to throw this pallet this time.
Yeah, or they get a hit. Yeah, about to say. Oh, that was close.
I think Oni agrees with you here. I think they're looking at this corrupt zone and going, cool, I want to keep this area. Let's just get rid of resources while we're here.
Quick question, because I remember last time I was like, I felt dumb because you guys were like, oh, getting pallets and gets rid of Bloodlust. They didn't lose Bloodlust till they kicked that pallet.
I think you know what? Did they? I mean, either they changed at some point, or maybe I'm just thinking of normally killers do break after stun and thus lose Bloodlust.
Oh, okay, that might be it too. Oh, Sprintber is gonna get this Needham. Dude, the long wall is so brutal. Such a good tile for the Survivor. Oh my word, and they're gonna get so much distance. They aren't gonna grade this pallet though, because they know they take a hit. Yep. I don't know if I'd be wasting resources over here though. They need to pick a side and stick to it.
I was about to say, that's the biggest thing here is I think Oni is kind of playing the entire map, and on ARP, you really do need to pick your side, especially as Corrupt Intervention is about to end.
Yep, and I understand, like, you want to try and get a hit on Sora. I think making the Ace expend all the resources on that side of the map would have been the better option here, because if they finish the 1-gen on that side, that gets rid of a 4-gen potential, and it's a little bit, like I said, it's a little bit spread out. Survivors are over here. They're obviously on the generators. They see that first one go. Unless this is the side that they want to hold on to. Well, no, they can't. They popped the gen over here.
Yeah, I mean, I will say Survivors are well aware of the existence of Deadlock. Nia trying to fake out that window, but we will see the first hit. And mind you, we do see that Splintered Hull once again.
Yep, Splintered Hull is just, oh my goodness. This add-on carries games. You get so much blood from so little. And yeah, they've already got this power up. Adam needs to be careful here. Yeah, popping their power right there. And they could get a hit here. This is not the safest rock series. Adam, balls of steel, not vaulting. But I think they are going to go down regardless. Yep, the Oni even saw that coming. Forcing them to get out of their power.
That was great prediction there, but if I'm the Oni, I don't care that I'm out of my power. I have like 75, 80% of it left.
True. Oh, that was Brutal Strength, wasn't it?
It has been Brutal Strength being used. Unfortunately, I don't think he actually got the kick through that Deadlock.
No, he didn't. I mean, regardless, it's not going to be regressing during this time anyway. And remarkably, the 4-gen is intact for the moment.
But if we're taking a quick listen, okay, there's 1-gen with some progress here, so I am a little bit surprised about that.
Just a little bit, and Ace is over here. However, neither of his injured survivors are, and I mean, what a
Ooh,
fake! What a fake! And no Cody
beautiful,
acknowledging.
beautiful fake right there.
Also, that is a gen they did pop on this side, so they're about ready to pop 2 gens on this side of the map and deny Oni any 3-gen potential. The Oni has to tread lightly here. If they do not get their power and snowball soon, this might be lights out.
Yeah, I mean, they're about to split it 2 and 2 if that one in front of Pseudo Shack does pop, and we see it going right now. I don't think Oni realizes that someone's on that gen.
Yep, I think it's the Claudette. Yeah, and there's no faking that. You just go for that.
And we even see scratch marks there. Claudette did jump off momentarily, but Oni not paying enough attention. Does have tunnel vision on this ace, and though they'll get the hit, I don't think it's going to matter as we see that other Deadlock gen out there in the corner primed and ready for a pop.
Yep, the survivors have played this textbook, and I think the Oni did. I'm assuming they had the strat, but I don't know if they stuck to it at all. It's they went across the map at the wrong times. I don't know. I would have stuck to this ace in the beginning. I mean, maybe they can snowball here. I don't know. I would go for the pickup on the Claude and get your power back later. Yeah, there's that last gen going, and they get the hit on the ace. They might be able to pull this out here, possibly.
There is a blood bank in that
heal
also
zone.
Up, so I think that was the Unbreakable.
Unbreakable. That is brutal here. Only getting 1 hook. It's like 2 hooks. This is their second hook, but I don't know. There's enough blood over here. Where's the blood bank? We know that 2 survivors healed probably next to each other. I don't know where that blood bank is. If they could find that, they might be able to get a second chop of their power here and maybe snowball. No way out activated, but for a very small amount of time.
Yeah, only 15 seconds additional, so that is inconsequential in the grand scheme of things. Ace here definitely trying to bait out decisive strike. Yeah, and jumps right on in when he goes, oh, what do I do here?
Well, you get a little bit of blood from hitting them. They probably want to either deny the power because you can't, you don't hit the hit. Or, yes, I don't know. It may be both. This was a rough game for the Oni.
No doubt about that, and I think at this point, they're going to need to pull a play here, and they just need to wait out this decisive. If you don't have your decisive timer, you need it now, that is for sure.
I mean, this ace ain't getting anywhere.
But there's Hatch, friend.
Yeah, there's Hatch, but this ace doesn't have Sprint Burst.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, and no adrenaline as gens have already popped off. So I think that is going to be that, and maybe
as
a little bit too
survivors,
early?
I'd take that.
Yeah.
He still had DS?
Yeah. As someone who has eaten plenty of DSs, I was like, that might be a little bit too early.
Oh no, that is so rough. Oh,
yeah.
That was rough. That was very rough.
That was probably like 55 seconds.
Any counter Oni tech in here? No, I don't see any particular counter Oni tech. I mean, Unbreakable, but you'd always take Unbreakable. Okay, I've seen some people that didn't take Unbreakable. Props, I guess. I had always wanted Unbreakable. No Soul Guard. No, pretty standard.
Yeah.
Pretty standard tech. Wow, that was rough. That was super rough. Well, okay, I guess you could see Solidarity possibly. Solidarity would be really good against Oni, just getting as fast of heals as possible, so.
Solidarity definitely would have been a good move, in my opinion, for sure.
That was, oof. That is, what, 50 to 34? They didn't get, like, that wasn't hardly any points for the killer, was it?
It was, what, 2 hooks?
Yeah, that was
it.
Yeah, I was gonna say they started out with what was it, 28, and they've got 34, so it's only 6 points. That's 16-point lead in favor of Odium. Is survivors are gonna have to play out of their mind here, and it's against a Blight. And Blight, I feel like on Azerov's, that's probably one of the better auto heaven maps for Blight to play on. I understand why people take him to Gas Heaven. I don't like him on Gas Heaven. There's so many cars, but Azerov's is just. It's Azerov's. You play to the 3-gen and you're just like, I'm the Blight. I don't care.
And I think that's
So-
the biggest thing we're going to have to see here is if the Blight makes a similar mistake that the Oni did. I think the biggest mistake the Oni did was they played the entire map and not their 3 or 4 gen. And if they would have done that, I think they would have definitely had a much more grindy game with a lot more hooks.
I would agree. I would have stuck to the ace until the point the ace ran across the map. I would have just stayed in that location, not cared otherwise.
Yep.
I mean, you got, again, I still think with an Oni, even if it's like even if the 4-gen is spread out across the entirety of the top of that eye, I would always go for it. Like, as long as you keep your power ready, you can rush to anything you see. I feel like that was a golden 4-gen. And even if you don't want that 4-gen, you want to go and have a tighter 3-gen to the other side, that entire area is blocked off. You get 2 minutes of uninterrupted play back there. I don't know. That was rough. That was unfortunate. We'll I don't know. I feel like that might have just been a learning moment. It's like if you haven't played at Azeroth's Resting Place before, that's why there is that strat. It may be boring, but it's a tried and true strat. You just protect one side of the map. It is a guaranteed 3-gen 9. I've never seen a time when there was not a 3-gen on at least one side of the map.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's possible. You can get two inner spawns, but that's it. There's still a 3-gen.
Yeah. I guess that is true. Like, even then, though, like, if it's 2 inner spawns, 2 spawns on the other side, that's still only 4, so there's still a 3-gen on one side.
Right. I don't think it's possible to not get a 3-gen on that map. I've never seen 3 inner gens. I don't think that's possible. So, unfortunate. We'll see how the survivors try and counterplay the blight here. I don't know if there's much counter blight tech that you can really have, if we're being honest. What do you have a perk that makes you run faster?
No,
you got hope, but
I mean, if we're assuming the Blight's gonna be bringing compound, I mean, I guess this is one of the few times where Soul Survivor might actually work.
No. I mean, if they ever buffed distortion that allowed you to get your tokens back somehow,
just make it like corrective action. You hit great skill checks, you get distortion stacks.
I can't tell if I like it or hate it.
I love the idea.
I'll think on that one. Maybe. I need to think of that one. What's the one that gives you a survivor a speed boost if you heal and then you're within a certain range of each other?
Guardian.
Yeah. What is that an anti-blight tech? You both of you just walk a little bit faster and you're just zooming around the map.
You're both given haste, so like you don't even need to walk. You can run for that matter.
Right. So is that the tech? Do you just like the buddy system? You hang out with somebody. That's your I don't know. Well, I mean, if that's your gen jockey group, you're just sitting them on gens the entire time. If they're always together and healed.
Yeah, I mean, I guess
I don't know.
Huh.
I don't know. It's probably not the way to go, but
it probably isn't. But it could be kind of a cool idea. I do like it in theory.
If they ever added another perk into the game that also gave the haste effect, it was not conditional like hope, where it's 2 minutes at the end of the game. Maybe. I mean, at that point, at that same time,
God.
I don't know if I'd want that, just because it'd be like a boil over exploit. You do that. You do Guardian. And
you're gonna give Behavior's idea to do a boon that gives you haste. Shh.
I mean,
bad
that's
route.
probably something they've already considered.
Bad.
If there was a haste boon, if it's anything more than 3%, it's just a gargantuan mistake. I would 3%. You could argue what might be like 1, 2, and 3% for the tiers, but if it's above 3%, that's just a no.
Oh, also, chat is saying it's Blood Pact that I was thinking of, not Guardian.
I thought
Guardian
it was
is
Blood Pact. Look,
it's a perk that I don't exactly use all too often, alright?
Oh, nobody does. Nobody does. Oh, man. No, I wouldn't mind a borrowed time totem. That'd be kind of cute.
Bad Rue.
What? I mean, okay, let's put it this way. If you hook in the vicinity of a boon,
fair.
You're gonna go snuff that boon.
Fair. I agree with that, but still bad.
I mean, okay, but that also requires, if there's no boon there, that means the survivor has to see where that hook is, find a totem in that area, boon the totem, and then go for a borrowed time. And I'm not saying it's like, the full borrowed time. Maybe like a 3-second borrowed time, like a pseudo borrowed time.
Okay. Maybe.
Same thing when they said, hey, we're not going to make DS base kit, and then stares awkwardly at the camera. Again, if they make borrowed time base kit and it's anything more than 2 or 3 seconds, you think killers are mad at the game already? There's going to be a full-on strike.
Yeah, you're not
You will
wrong.
see a resurgence of the face camping Bubba like you have never seen. I might even play into that. I might even play face camping Bubba if that happens. So, anyway, regardless.
Well, we'll have to wait and see. We're not gonna have to wait. We're not gonna have to wait too long for whatever what else comes out. So I still think we're gonna see at least one boon, one new Scourge Hook, and then whatever new original ideas they somehow come up with. I will say, whoever's designing the perks, a lot of creativity there. I wouldn't think of half of these.
I would imagine we would probably also get another one of those beginner-friendly perks.
Yeah.
Because they tend to like to put the beginner-friendly perks in IP content. Like barbecue.
Which I do like.
Visionary wasn't IP, so...
That's true, but I do like those type of perks because it definitely is those type of things. But the thing is, I wish those perks were, by default available. I feel like Technician should be default available.
I do not like the fact that they put beginner perks behind a paywall or a shard wall, whatever you want to call it. I think that's just not good design, but no, I agree. I honestly, if they swapped out, dare I say this, if they swapped out the default perks, putting in, Zanchin Tactics for killers, maybe not have Oni have Zanchin Tactics, maybe make Zanchin Tactics base kit and put Noed behind a paywall.
But what are you talking about, Rune? No, it's the biggest crutch perk out there.
Yeah, you're not wrong, but learn to play the game first before you start. The problem is that people just instantly get the crutch of Noed before they realize what Noed's for, and it's
that's true.
It's literally just there. It doesn't help you learn the game. That is one thing I will completely agree with survivors on, is that the survivors that I hear that complain about Noed, they're from a place where they're just facing beginner killers that the only reason they're able to do anything in the game is because Noed exists. The killers have not learned to play the game in a way that's anything beyond, I wait for them to finish this and then I get my 2 hooks.
I would also say though that those who complain about Noed don't know how to play around Noed.
Oh, I that's the other thing too, is just cleanse totems, but I have boom.
Well, not even that. If I see Noed in a game, someone gets down, then I'm going to be using those full 2 minutes to find a Noed. But that being said, we have the Blight.
And honestly, I don't think Blight runs Noed very often. I don't see Blight run Noed all too often because it's not conducive to his kit. You can't...
Correct.
Okay, thankfully, you cannot Noed with his M2.
That would be a little bit nutty, yes.
That would be not okay on a multitude of levels.
I would tend to agree. Now, if only they could give that same treatment to Nurse, I think we'd be in a good spot.
As much as I don't know. That's such a hit or miss because that means Sloppy Butcher doesn't apply. That means...
And I'm fine with this.
Hasn't Nurse been nerfed enough already?
No.
I say sarcastically.
But...
Compound 21 not doing anything. Well, okay. It's telling where the survivors are, but...
That is true. That is true. And I want to point out, we also have seen, as this Blight has been bouncing around, 2 Hex perks. We have not been seeing a lot of Hex perks recently.
Oh, there's that Compound 21 value. And a Sprint Burst from Kate is going to get her into a very safe tile here. Oh, man. Well, I say that. If they vault back one more time, it's blocked. Ooh, they saw that they're running this side. Ooh,
try to do a bit of a mind game, and Kate will get hit for it.
Indeed, and just good read there. Oh, Ace coming in with the body block. I don't think it's going to matter as this Blight can slide around. Nope. All right, Ace saved the Kate.
Uh-oh.
Oh, some pub mistakes coming in here, possibly.
Yeah,
How did that work?
maybe a bit of miscommunication there. Cheryl going for the body block, Kate going for the pallet, and both things together don't go over well.
No, they don't. Getting the blind, very cheeky, but I gotta ask. Oh, no. Ace with the flashlight save?
Blight was a bit greedy there. He did not face a wall, and he did pay for that.
He did. Oh, the vacuum there. Oh, my word. This is looking like a... I'm not saying it's not a comp match, but this is looking very much like some of my pup games before, where it's just like, what is going on? This is some shenanigans.
Oh yeah, this is utter chaos, but like that is Blight in a nutshell, is just utter chaos and just rushing around, getting hits on whoever you can find, and that is exactly what we're seeing here. I wonder, though, if the reason why they're protecting the Kate so much is that they have Deliverance.
It's very possible. We see that a lot of the time is when you have a Deliverance survivor, they just, ooh, they do pop that, but Ace will probably pay the price. No, he gets to a pallet,
Ooh, no.
and he gets hit through the pallet. This is why you pre-drop.
I think there's that, but I also think it's what we were saying earlier, validation. Like, they either fixed validation to where it's, like, not just survivor-sided, or, like, they just disabled validation. Where, like, everyone's not sure which.
It's... Yeah, I was about to say, I don't know how many people can, what is it, data mine the net code to see if there's a difference between this version and the previous version, but... Yeah, there's definitely something weird going on that's not... I mean, I'm here for it. I literally have a clip of where a survivor got iframes, pallet validation, dead hard validation, and still was able to get away. Like, it is a clip of fury. And speaking of clips of fury, this Blight is going on a fury binge right now. Oh my word.
And I want to point out where these hooks are located. This Blight can sit here at this choke and not care about gens at this point. No gen has been completed. He can sit at the choke right at this hook and just call it a day, realistically speaking. But I don't know if he's looking to do that.
There was a survivor in the distance over here, and yeah, they do see it. Oh, a crow over on the right as well. I don't know if they've noticed the crow either. They know, or at least one survivor, if they're both on this side of the map, because they were healing. But I say, you can probably go for this. They get the hit at the window there, and they see where they run off. There's the other survivor. This Blight knows where everybody is. Two of them are on hooks. Two of them are running for their lives. Yeah, you're right. Blight doesn't care at all at this point. They're just like, yeah, I have all the power in the world. You have nothing. Oh, my word. What a position. And there's the other survivor. They can't do a hook save.
Yeah, it looks like at the very least we're going to see Ashley here move on to second stage. Blight actually rushing back, trying to confirm that, but sliding off the wall and not able to make any distance.
No, but I don't think it matters. I don't think Cheryl actually took the, what do you call it, the initiative. Yeah, you see it. They go to second stage, and this survivor can't go for an unhook by themselves. Oh, they got the distance. They might be able to, actually.
Yeah, I think they might be able to get that on the other side. It's going to be dicey, though. Blight being patient, and unfortunately, that is death to Orange.
I will say, I think they actually, if they hadn't ran around, I think they could have just unhooked right there. I don't think they would have, the Blight would have had enough time to pick them off.
I think you are right, though we do see this unhook here, but Blight with that compound, getting a nice little mind game, and will get the down on the Nia.
And they do, and they see the scratch marks leading up to the other survivor over here. And this looks like a 4K at 5 gen spot here, because we know by now Ruin has completely demolished any gen progress these could have had.
Oh yeah, 110%. I mean, we don't see Ruin used all too often anymore because of how
Unbreakable.
There is an Unbreakable. I was expecting that to be on the Kate, I'll be honest, and not the Nia.
Yeah, by the way they were playing, that would be a fair assumption. I agree. Wow.
But yeah, we don't see Hex Totems a lot anymore because of like how reliable their spawns are, and people just cleanse them almost immediately. But like, definitely on mobility kills like Blight, I can definitely see why they're still being used to some degree.
I would agree. And a Deliverance on the Kate as well.
Yep.
Cute reset here, but I say cute because I don't think it's going to amount to. I don't even know if you can get a gen done. Everybody's injured. You can't heal the Kate. Cheryl's the only one who can be healing. I think this is Death Hook here for the Nia. Yeah, I don't think you come back from this. It was a valiant attempt. A lot of really good plays from the survivors at the beginning here, but ultimately it just didn't lead to anything. And Oh, I'm getting so motion sick. That is
Let's
pain.
just, take a peek, see what the survivors are doing for a moment there.
Oh, look, they're healing. Who would have guessed? The only survivor that can be healed is getting healed.
How about the other survivor? Oh, they're being healed. Oh, there's a blight.
Yep, there's a blight. And they know where the totem is. They're healing next to the totem. I feel like there's a joke to be had here. It's like, hey, let's meet at the totem and, heal each other. It's like, why don't we cleanse the totem? Who does that? Who cleanses totems anymore? Oh, no.
I mean, is it even worth it at this point in time? Probably not.
Yeah. Unfortunate. Again, Survivors had a great start. They hit out the blight really, really well. They actually got a totem done. Far too many hook states and hell states given against a killer that can just... I'm not saying shoot through hell states, but you can't chase against the blight very well. This killer has such an inevitability factor, and you can just go from survivor to survivor, so...
Indeed.
Good blight
And this
play.
looks to be the last chase of the game. Unfortunately, though, Pallet's still up, so Blight will eat that.
They could have rushed that. I think they're just playing it safe, making sure that they can't get a hatch play here, making sure they ensure the 4K. Beautiful slide there from the blight to end this chase.
I think
weird.
trying to pick him up, but Cheryl crawling away.
A little bit of wiggle tech on the survivor on the ground.
Just a little.
Just
that
little.
being said, Deliverance is out. Blight going for the pickup at the ruin. Though Survivor seems to have crawled off somewhere.
They do. I don't imagine you would crawl directly to the hatch there, since it's like literally right there. And, oh yeah, Blight has a built-in deer stalker.
Yeah, Compound will allow you to find them. So bit by bit, Blight will zoom around. And he hasn't checked, needs to check the other side of the window.
I would be shocked if the survivor went for the hatch. Like, the hook was right next to where it's going to spawn, right?
Yeah. So there's
Adrenaline?
no way they wouldn't. No adrenaline.
No adrenaline. And, I mean, to be fair, is the other exit gate on the side of the map, too? I mean, if the other exit gate's on the other side of the map, an adrenaline could have got them there. Well, no. Blight just rushes across. Blight doesn't care. What am I saying?
Yeah, I mean,
it's on this side, too. Okay, never mind.
Worst comes to worst here, we do see the bleed out in roughly 30 seconds.
Yep. And, I mean... I don't know. I think this Blight played very correctly most of this game. Again, the beginning, not respecting the fact that there is a survivor with a flashlight. Weird, but ultimately didn't amount to anything. They weren't able to capitalize on the pressure. They had a good start against the Blight, just they didn't capitalize on it.
Well, 15 seconds left. I'm going to sense that Cook here will end up bleeding out, robbing the Blight of 3 points.
Yep. And, while, playing to, the best of your ability and denying points where it is, ultimately, Odium, it seems like they kind of got a bit of a landslide lead here anyway, so ultimately, it doesn't give anything, but well played nonetheless. They did their best. Again, I think you even mentioned it, Odium's just a really good team. They're a very, very good team.
Kate, chilling out with the trash.
That is so... Oh my goodness, she blends in so well. Like, not an insulting way, but that sweater blends in
very
with that
much
trash
blends
so
in.
well. Oh my word! All right, new tech.
A little.
Garbage tech.
Garbage tech.
I'm impressed. That's actually really cool. I like that. I like that a lot. Desperate. Oh, we do see desperate measures. I do like it. That quick unhook. Wait, that was the Kate that went for the unhook up. They could completely got the unhook there. There's no reason to run around the other side. With desperate measures, there was 2 survivors injured. Easy unhook. Easy unhook. I would have gone.
I feel like a lot of people do forget about that part of desperate measures, where it does increase your heal speed and your unhook action speed. So I do feel like that does get forgotten about just a little.
I love desperate measures. I don't get to use it that often because, again, I don't play survivor, but desperate measures is just an amazing perk. At the very least, 14% unhook speed is actually worthwhile, especially with the way the dedicated grabs work. If you have 2 stacks, I don't think the killer can ever get a grab. I don't think the window for there is just so infinitesimally small. We're talking about frame perfect clicks. And assuming that, again, they just don't let go and get validated. So, nah, I like that. Anyway, unfortunate. But regardless, that's what, 71 to 34 in favor of Odium?
Yep, so congratulations, Odium, for that win, and GG, well played to the Hookers. And we have another match in just 39 minutes, and I believe it's going to be you if, who is it with?
Avaton.
It is indeed. So
Since
definitely
I'm
make sure...
mispronouncing that.
I was like, Rue will know how to say this.
There you go, there you go. And correct me if I'm wrong, this is going to be We Overslept in Raymond?
Let's
Wait,
double
not
check
Raymond.
and make sure it is
Fluidity,
We
isn't it?
Overslept in Sallow Eddie.
Salu Eddie, that's how you say it.
I think that's how you said it. It's
No
it's a
one's
meat
corrected
product.
us! Correct us, please! Oh, man, but I'm looking forward to it. Saluity is... They've had a pretty good season so far. We Overslept is struggled a little bit, but I think... I don't know. They've definitely improved over the season. We'll see what they can do.
Indeed, indeed. But that being said, Rue, if anyone want to go say hi next time you are live, where would they find you?
Well, next time I'm live is, 30 minutes from now. So stay tuned. I'll be here. And for the other times that I'm not on Champions of the Fog, I'm at twitch.tv/littlerugaard or whatever they shout out in the description. And yeah, I'm a Trickster main. I will probably go in live tonight. I am flip-flopping between Dead by Daylight and VHS. I'm after a long night's sleep, I'm leaning towards Dead by Daylight now, so I'm not as heartbroken, but anyway, that's where you can find me. And Giltspire, where can they find the educational Dead by Daylight main with the gorgeous beard?
Thank you, thank you. I am Mark, aka Giltspire. I'm an educational Dead by Daylight player here to teach kills how to play Killer and survivors how to play against Killer. I will be live Monday at 7 p.m. CST, where we're going to be doing some RNG Pig, see if we get 4 head pops at the beginning of the game. So definitely make sure to stop on by and see if we are successful during our 4-hour period. But on that note, guys, we'll see you guys. Hey, maybe. It's all that RNG. But on that note, guys, we'll see you in 37 minutes. Bye-bye.